99 damage live from the PGL major in Krakow. My name is Kauzi. I'm here with Innocent. Man, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm not really happy, but
What can you do? This is not your first major. You already went to DreamHack Winter in 2014. How would you compare these two majors with 3 years apart?
uh, I guess it's like the main difference for me, like personally, is that at the DreamHack Winter, I was like complete rookie to the international scene. I actually think that was like, yeah, that was my second or third international event, and it was already a major. So it was like, I was obviously like stressed and stuff, and money wasn't that big. Like the scene wasn't that competitive like it's now. But now I feel like experienced player, just going back after those years to the top level of Counter Strike, and it's like completely different. And at the previous DreamHack, it was just I was happy to play there, but here obviously I had like I wanted to go as far as possible, but sadly it didn't go as planned. But when you look at the teams that also like dropped out in the group stage, it's not something really bad. It just happens because scene is so competitive right now. So
That's right, and you're part of that competitive scene since the team formed like 3 months ago, I think. You guys have had a steady incline in your performance. Can you just give us a quick recap of that and the road to the major?
uh, I think like everyone in the team is kind of surprised that we achieved this goal like that fast, because we basically started from the scratch. We had like four different nationalities. Every nationality has its like own style in CS. We play like we come from completely different styles and stuff, and it was like, to me it felt like it's possible to get into a good level someday, but I just didn't expect that this thing will click so fast. And it's just like, it's awesome that we made it in that short period of time, but obviously like the level doesn't stop here, and we don't want to stick at this point. We just want to like keep improving, because we basically went from here, we just went like that, like in matter of 3 months or something. So it was like really impressive. But now obviously like the progress will go slower and slower, and there will be a downtime also, which I don't know, maybe this major would start some kind of downtime or something, and every team needs to have it to improve again. So I'm just waiting for the future.
You already said you're not done yet, and it hasn't stopped yet. And we've seen that on the first day in the match against SK, where you came really close to beating them. But in the beginning, you had problems getting into the game. What were those problems?
Uh, I think we didn't actually. I think HS said that also in different interview, that at this event we had some problems in like analyzing our opponent, or just creating the game plan that we always do when before this tournament. For every specific match, we had like the game plan, what we are wanting to do, what is like the weak points of the team. Obviously, you can't really find the weak points in SK, for example, but. Yeah, we tried to like dominate one part of the map since the first round, but at this tournament something didn't work in that matter. We didn't really know what to do, and I guess that's what like caused this really bad start against SK. And when it was like 10-0, I think me or Sunny called it timeout, that we just cannot play with them like this, because they have so much experience, and we will just lose 16-0 if we continue like that. So then we decided to like change the default, because it was obviously not working, to like some set strats, and we instantly won like 5 rounds in a row or something, and then another like 6 or something, and we went from 0-10 to 11-10 for us or something like that. So yeah, it was just lack of game plan for the game. We just played our default, like we play against lower opponents, but it clearly doesn't work against best teams in the world.
So you had a show of strength after that, as you said, but then SK adapted again. And Crystal said that you guys have a problem playing against teams who are very good at adapting. You can't react to their adaptation. What do you think needs to happen for you to be able to play against those teams?
I think it's mostly matter of like understanding the game. We already had like few, like I would say, hours of conversation after we lost the major. It's basically that you need to understand what like put yourself in the position of the opponent. What happens if you lose, for example? Like same thing happened to us. We were losing 10-0, and then we said, okay, it's not working. Let's try something else. And we basically won. We were winning like I don't know, maybe 8-1 against SK or something like that as City. So they are clearly in the position as well. So they need to change something, and we were just playing as we played because it was working. Because I don't know, maybe we're too scared to try something else, since we are winning against the team like them 8-1. So why would we change something? But they just adapted, and we didn't predict that, and it was like it sounds pretty obvious when I say that, but it's just like this moment is really hard to catch in game and just adapt at the right time. So I guess it's just finding the right timing to do it, and we're gonna be fine.
And it's especially hard when someone like Coldzera keeps destroying your game plan over and over. What are you thinking on the server when somebody's that unstoppable? And I'm sure opponents think that sometimes with you or Sunny as well.
Uh, Actually, like it's really hard to counter players like Coldzera because even if you know what he's going to do and you're waiting for it, you will still get like insta headshot or something. So it's like you can't really like do that much. Big actually played really well against them, and they, even though he was playing good, they just countered him with the they had actually the game plan, and they know what they're going to do. Like SK, that they never go, for example, with the first smoke, and they just throw it to close rotation, and they were just not using their nades, and they were just you know, if something else happened, they were just throwing everything that they had. So basically, Coldzera didn't had like the chance to get 1 by 1, but he was going into the crossfire of 3. So I guess that's the way to stop like the monster player like him. But yeah, we just didn't use it, and actually like the last rounds were pretty unlucky because like Sunny had chance like 2 rounds in a row to get like multiple kill, but instead he was killing one and leaving one like 1 HP, and it was just bad luck that he left like 5 HP I think in 1 round, that he left it to Coldzera instead of somebody else, because then Coldzera picks up Ob and kills 2 with 5 HP, and like the match is over. And if we would have won it in this round, we probably would have won against SK. So just like kind of unlucky, but
Yeah, quite unlucky, and you might have made it out of the group stage. Unfortunately, you didn't. This is your home country. Does that make it a little more bitter than you went out in the group stage?
obviously I always wanted to play in the home crowd. That's why I'm always like super sad when I don't qualify for EM Katowice. I actually never played on EM Katowice, and I really wanted like every time like I was putting as much effort as I could to just like bring my team there, but sadly it never happened. It's just like it feels sad because like chance like that might never happen again, because you never know who will host the next major and where it will be. So yeah, it's sad, but you cannot like, you know, just give up on that. And maybe the next tournament will happen in Poland, and we will be at the level that is enough to play on the stage someday. We're still young, like everyone from our team, so we have like many years in front of us. So just keep playing. Someday it will happen.
2 teams that are left in the tournament are Big and VP, and you know Big quite well, and you probably know VP quite well. If you had to choose, who would you root for from now on?
Of course, VP.
All right, let's hope then they do well, and let's hope we can see you in Katowice someday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was 99 Damage live from the PGL Major in Krakow with Innocent from Penta.